Hail and well met, fellow travelers. Welcome to Absurd Arguments, a podcast where we talk about things in an argumentative fashion. My name is Matthew, and I'm here with my good friend Nathan. Nathan, how do it be?
Oh, it be good. We did it.
Good.
We did the intro.
It's good to know.
Yeah.
We did it. No mess ups.
No forgotten names.
No squabbles. 100% first try.
No hurt feelings or anything like that. We
did it first try.
Yeah.
But Nathan, we are inching ever closer to one of the most important days of the year.
Christmas?
Not quite.
Okay,
maybe one of the second most important days of the year.
Christmas in July?
Christmas in July is my birthday, but that is irrelevant. So now the third most important day.
My birthday?
We already passed that.
Oh, yeah, we did.
It's Mother's Day.
Oh,
we
right.
are getting close to Mother's Day.
If you had just given me 17 more guesses, I'm sure I would have gotten there.
The next guess you probably would have said was like some random day, like June 23rd.
I was going to say Toyotathon.
Yes, we don't celebrate Honda days in this household.
Right, we're not a Honda Day person.
No.
Yeah. But yeah, right. Mother's Day is coming up. It's a very special holiday. Did you know that pretty much every person who exists on the planet has to have, a mother to be here?
Except for Dr. Doofenshmirtz from Phineas and Ferb. His parents didn't show up to his own birth.
Oh, I didn't know that because that show's for babies.
That show is not for babies. It is very funny.
Right. So yeah, it's a fun fact for everybody.
Yeah, you're here because of your mother, which is both fortunate and maybe unfortunate for the rest of us. But nonetheless, you're here because of what your mother did for you. And as two appreciators of mothers, we both would like to say a hearty Happy Mother's Day to everyone in a couple days when this episode comes out.
Right. Happy Mother's Day. Yeah, in fact, we wanted to celebrate. It's important to remember the great mothers in we all have examples of great mothers in media. So maybe you've got a bad mom, so it's always helpful to watch a movie or a TV show, or read a book where you go, that mom is special,
Yes.
So Matthew and I, we looked that up first, and we wanted to talk about some of our favorite moms in fiction. So Matthew, who's your favorite mom?
I don't know how people will take this who know me personally.
Right.
But one of my favorite mothers in fiction is Molly Weasley from the Harry Potter series.
Aww. That's sweet.
I love her to death. She's such a sweet woman, but she also won't hesitate to kill anyone for her kids.
Right.
And like a little bit of a spoiler for a series that's almost 20 years old at this point.
Yeah.
In the final battle at Hogwarts, she literally uses the killing curse to try to kill Bellatrix Lestrange because she attacked one of her kids.
Yeah.
And just that motherly instinct of being such a caring person towards Harry, who lost his mom, and always being, strict, but also loving to her own kids, and will literally kill anyone who gets in the way of her family. That is something that it's underappreciated, I think, in today's culture.
Definitely. Yeah. I appreciate that answer. That's a really good answer. You know,
Thank you. What
yeah.
I have a my spider sense is tingling to say that something not as wholesome is about to come out of your mouth.
Why would you say that?
I mean, just go ahead and just
Okay,
just enlighten us.
Matthew, what what is helpful for me is sometimes seeing the juxtaposition of two different types of moms in a movie.
Mm-hmm.
And so
Mm-hmm.
you're right, maybe I did cheat a little bit. I picked two moms, that are
Oh
some of
no.
my favorite in fiction. And they're definitely two different types of moms.
Mm-hmm.
But hey, they have something in common with the mom you chose. They're definitely willing to kill for their kids. Um, which is a very important theme in this movie. It comes from the classic James Cameron film Aliens, because in that movie,
did you did you pick did you pick the alien?
no, I picked both. Like I said, the juxtaposition, because you have Ridley. Now Ridley, she doesn't have a kid by birth, but when she finds Newt, whose family and everyone she loves has been killed by the necromorphs, she's all alone and she just has her little teddy bear. Ridley takes care of her and kind of adopts her. So adoptive moms are very important, Matthew. I think
That's true.
it's a good picture of adoption, as she protects her from like face huggers and alien necromorphs. And then
Mm-hmm.
you have the juxtaposition, you have the contrast between the queen, the necromorph queen. She hatches all her babies, and when Ridley starts burning them alive in their egg sacs, she actually disconnects herself from her egg tube thing and comes to kill Ridley, to protect her babies. And of course, when two moms are fighting like that, one has to come out on top. And in this one, it was the adoptive mom, which I thought was an interesting narrative choice. But yeah, those are my favorite moms in fiction.
Now here's the real question. Not to get into politics too much,
Uh huh.
but who do you think out of the Necromorph Queen and Ridley is pro-life?
Oh, geez. Well, uh, hmm. See, it just depends. It's like from their point of view, they are pro life. Like for the necromorphs, they need to feed on human beings, so we're just a food
Mm-hmm.
source.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, they'd be.
But Ridley is not afraid to, let's say, remove the source of life from the necromorph babies.
Yeah. Well, and to be fair, she's not like a pro murderer. She did want to run away. It's just like Newt got kidnapped or something
Mm,
by the aliens. So not
dang.
kidnapped, captured. So she had to just save her.
I
It,
see. I
it's
see.
it's not a great film to go. Is this pro life or not? Because there's a lot of killing.
I mean, these are questions we need to ask because I mean, for both of us as as professed Christians before on this podcast, we both take the media we watch and we want to say what are some good values we can take from this,
I'm,
and these are some of the values. Is whenever I watch horror slasher films, I always want to figure out who's pro life in these movies.
right. Well, I mean, I think it's just a wholesome movie. You got the two moms, they both care for their kids, and they just show it in different ways.
They sure do show it in very different ways.
Yeah. Uh, honestly, if you rejected this answer and you were like, you have to pick a serious one, I would still stay in the realm of horror, but I would choose the mom from a Quiet Place.
Ah, yes, yep.
Bro, dude, she freaking gives birth in the first film, where in a
Dang.
world where you have to be quiet, and she does it
Mm,
without screaming or nothing.
dang.
She's a hardcore mom.
She is a hardcore mom.
Yeah. So she's
Also,
up there
Emily
for me.
Blunt is a good actor.
Actress.
Whatever. Actress. Sorry. Let me cut. Let's try that again.
No, no, keep it
Emily
in.
Blunt is a really good actress.
Actor. We're progressive now. They
Now we're
they go
progressive.
they go by actors, dude.
Anyways, we've got to get out of here. Before we talk about our big discussions, even though we've already kind of discussed it, we're gonna mention how we did our research and then just go straight into it. So, I viewed as the resident capitalist on this podcast. I viewed a ton of ads about Mother's Day, and I now have an arsenal of things to go buy for my mother.
Ooh. Well, as the resident communist, I consulted the people, specifically mine. I talked to my friends and family, and some of my friends and family gave interesting answers. So we're
You
gonna
know, it's
get
hard to
into it.
believe that we've been friends for all these years now, and we're so similar, but yet so different.
I know. How do we get along?
But the one thing that joins us all together is our undying love for mothers. So let us continue this
Oh, I thought you were
conversation.
gonna say the music.
No, well, I mean, we're going to cue the music, but I was going to, you know what, forget it. I was going to try to do something. Cue the music.
Okay, so Matthew, as we discussed earlier, arguments today, or we wanted to go over some things.
Mm-hmm.
Specifically, we wanted to talk about like the best place you could take your mom for Mother's Day,
Mm-hmm.
and then we wanted to talk about the worst place you could take her, and then the best gift, the worst gift, and so
Yeah.
we'll just share some of those. And so, after talking to a lot of my friends and family, we'll start with where should you take your mom for Mother's Day? What's the
Mm,
best place to take her? And
right.
so a lot of people agree that, take her to her favorite restaurant or like a fancy lunch.
Mm-hmm.
Um, One of my friends who actually is a mom suggested, she was very adamant, you should just go to your favorite restaurant so she doesn't have to cook and she can get away from the house. So,
Mm-hmm.
so that was a big one. Another answer was you could just stay at home and make her
Mm,
favorite meal for her.
mm-hmm.
My sister Elizabeth said you don't have to worry about crowds that way. You'll have more opportunity to talk with her. So it was nice. But there's one answer I received that's quite the outlier. And
Ah.
surprisingly, two people said this. My youngest
Oh.
brother, my youngest brother, and a friend of mine who I don't think have ever met. But they both said the botanical gardens.
Really?
Yes, for Mother's Day. And my friend Josh's reasoning was moms love flowers. So you should take her there. Um,
Yeah.
so I, my little brother just said botanical gardens with no reasoning. So I
Oh
have
my
no idea
gosh.
how his mind works. Um, but yeah, so if you're
It's.
struggling uh, for a nice restaurant, just go, Mom, I'm going to go take you to look at some plants and butterflies.
I mean, we made a Phineas and Ferb reference earlier, but and again, Dr. Doofenshmirtz has a quote where he says, and then I'm gonna change it a little bit. If I had a nickel every time I had a friend suggest taking my mother to botanical gardens, I'd have two nickels. But it's weird that it happened twice.
It is. It's so weird to me. I
It
don't
That's so
understand.
bizarre.
Yeah.
I mean, what? I mean, I get it. Flowers are pretty, and having been to, the Fort Worth Botanical Gardens, it's they're pretty. I enjoy walking around, reading all the different things.
Right.
I've been to multiple places like that. Whenever I was little, my grandparents took me and my siblings up to Branson, Missouri, and there was a garden up there. And my grandparents are both really into landscaping and yard work stuff. They have their own gardens where they grow like vegetables in their backyard. So
Yeah.
they're super into it. And so I kind of got that love for them. However, I don't get it. I don't see how this is the ultimate thing you should do for your mother on Mother's Day.
I don't understand it. It's an enigma to me.
I mean, most of the time people will say, give your mom flowers, not take your mom flowers.
Take her to the flowers.
The
And,
flowers is the destination. The journey is the flowers. Flowers are everything in Mother's Day.
and if she reaches down to like pick one, you go, no, 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 those aren't for you. We can just look at them though. Here at the gardens.
Who do you think you are? Someone special? These are for everyone. Gosh, you would take her because you are a communist.
Mom, instead of giving you flowers that'll die, I will give you the memory of flowers that'll last a lifetime.
Until you eventually get older and begin to forget things.
Which is why we should take one selfie in front of the butterfly enclosure.
You will take hundreds of pictures. I will take one.
My present to you is one selfie where I'm actually smiling for once.
This has nothing to do with my answer, but there was one year my mom was she was off work, and she came up here to DFW to visit me, and we just went on a Mother's Sunday to go watch the Texas Rangers play. And there is a picture of us just chilling out in the stands, and it's a selfie, so that's what it is.
Man, you're such a good son.
Well, she paid for the ticket, so I was glad to go along.
Oh, okay. Well, you're less of a great son. You moocher.
Hey, that's the name of the game, man. It's
Right.
it's
It's
what
mooch
is it?
it's mooch or be mooched on, you know?
Oh gosh, you're absolutely right. Survival of the fittest. Why did it take so long for me to think of that?
All right. So what
Ugh.
about you? What's the best place that you came up with from your commercials?
All right, so I went on to Google and I just typed in Mother's Day advertisements, and so I was hit with a tsunami of just so many ads to pick.
I bet.
And it's funny that you mentioned flowers.
Huh.
I received an advertisement of a bouquet, but this bouquet comes from a specific restaurant. And so you said earlier that some people said go to her favorite restaurant, or then go take her to the flowers. Well, here's the thing. You can take her to the flowers and her favorite restaurant at the same exact time.
Oh, do tell.
Kentucky Fried Chicken hopes to make Mother's Day finger-licking good with a bouquet full of fried chicken and fresh roses together.
I don't want the words mother and finger licking good in the same sentence ever again.
The chain debuted its Kentucky Fried Bouquet, a DIY arrangement that's part fried chicken, part fresh flowers, as a part of a special 2022 promotion. So unfortunately, we won't be able to get it this year. But let me tell you, this is a glorious picture of these yellow, red, and pink roses, and in between them are pieces of fried chicken.
Honestly, KFC figured it out. They figured it out. They were like, we know. We know.
and
The
and
best
sitting
combo.
around the bouquet of flowers or mashed potatoes, mac and
Oh,
cheese, fries, and biscuits. And Kentucky KFC was in a promotion with Pro Flowers. So Pro Flowers, you're able to send flowers to your mother. But I just what you said and what my first thing was just blended so well together. So this Mother's Day, forget about taking your mom to see flowers. Forget about taking your mom to her favorite restaurant.
right.
Combine KFC with flowers and get the bouquet, even though you can't get it anymore.
The fact it's called the bouquet is even
Because
better.
it's you got the bucket of chicken, and it's really hard to show or to kind of speak in an audio format of how awful this word looks. It's Buckquet.
Oh, yeah, that's
It is
awful.
disgusting to look at. But man, I I have to say this is one of the greatest advertisements I have ever seen, and I'm very sad that it is no longer being promoted anymore.
Honestly, it's probably in our mom's best interest that it isn't being provided anymore. Because,
You're
I
probably
mean,
not
if it
wrong.
was, bruh, I'd be placing a special order.
Mm, mm. Now, if that is too if that's too just bad,
Uh
then I
huh.
have another one.
Okay.
I When I was scrolling through Google Images, I came across another advertisement, but this being probably a bougie place to take your mother for Mother's Day. And I saw an advertisement for the Philippine Airlines.
Oh.
Yes, so you can take your mom to the Philippines because they have a Mother's Day getaway where
Hmm.
you can take an international flight to the Philippines for just $89.
Oh.
Yes.
Wow, that's a
Now,
steal.
this happened in 2021, so
Oh.
again, unfortunately, no longer. But I wanted to do more than just look at one ad from the Philippines. I wanted to see why I should go to the Philippines. And so I was scrolling through different advertisements, and they have their own YouTube channel that talks about why you should go to the Philippines. But then I looked up the best Philippine commercials. And Nathan,
Yes.
I have sent you a video that I need you to blind react to on the podcast.
Oh, man. Okay. All right, I'll check it out.
All right. Please describe exactly what you're seeing as best you can.
Okay, so a child has walked into like the dining room or the kitchen, and he's talking to his mom. He's sad about something, and so she turns around dramatically, and he's just upset and sad. And so she comes up to him, and she sits
He's
down at the
asking if he
table.
is adopted.
Okay. Oh, there's no subtitles for mine. It's literally just the video. Okay, so he's like really upset, throws his backpack down, takes off his shirt, um, and then he is on the table and he has those glass cups on his back that you use for the bubble therapy, and his mom's crying, staring at the glasses. She takes
That are
off her
growing out of his back.
scarf and she takes her head off. And there's an RC Cola, and she puts the ice cubes. She pours her RC Cola head into the glasses. I'm sorry. Now the family's drinking the straws out of the glasses in his back. I'm sorry if my reaction has not been as outrageous, but I am relatively speechless. What the heck did you just make me watch?
Oh,
Folks,
my
if
stomach hurts so much.
folks at home, oh my goodness, if you just look up RC Cola Philippines, that's where you'll find this ad so you can watch the
Oh.
magic for yourself. I mean, I've seen crazy Asian ads, but that was something. That was her
So you
head.
can go to the Philippines and enjoy a good RC Cola.
Yeah, that confirmed. The moms in the Philippines heads come off, and inside is just a bottle of RC Cola.
Yes.
Weird. I want to go back to the 5 minutes ago before I hadn't watched that. Oh, jeez. Oh, okay, so we've talked about the places you could go, like the Philippines, just fun places you could take your mom. But I also asked my friends, where's the worst place you could take your mom? Okay, and so I'll go
The
from
Philippines.
no, Philippines sounds kind of fun. Okay, so I'll go from like the the ones that make pretty good sense down to the more spicy answers my friends gave me. Um,
Hmm.
so my friend who is a mom herself, Taylor, she said Chuck E. Cheese is the worst
Oh,
place to take your mom for Mother's
I
Day.
beg to differ.
Brother, I you could differ all you want, but even I thought that would be the worst. Hey, mother, I know you're around kids, specifically me, all the time, and I want to go to a place that just has other kids there. Oh, um,
I mean, what better place to really explore the motherly instinct than have nasty, snotty kids run around and touch every single game and just be the worst thing ever. And then the mascot, Chuck E. Cheese comes out,
yeah,
and then it is just mass hysteria.
uh-huh. And he's like, saying weird things like, "Can I have your number?" And it's like, "That's my mom, Chucky. Please stop." you know? Yeah, it's just uncomfortable.
There's official Chuck E. Cheese video out there that has the mascot saying, "I want the government to know where I am."
Hey, and the government wants to know where he is.
Exactly.
uh, so her husband, my friend's husband, he said you should not. Uh, he said you should not take your mom to a rated R movie. Um, and his reasoning
Hmm.
is, whichever way she reacts to the naughty scenes, it will leave you scarred.
That is true. That is true.
Very true. Let's see. My sisters, they they both they were both dogging on my little brother for a second. My little
Mm-hmm.
brother's a manager at McDonald's, and he's
Mm-hmm.
doing pretty well for himself. But they both agree don't take your mom to a fast food restaurant.
No.
Yeah, they said don't do it. So I guess KFC is out.
No. Not the
Oh
bouquet.
yeah. Yes, the bouquet. um yeah, the one of my friends, Josh, I like his answer. It's like a callback to the movie Aliens. He said that the
Mm.
worst place, he goes, take your mom to her mother in law's house.
Oh.
He goes, bonus Mother's Day points if it ends in a mom fist fight. But
Ugh.
then, but then I had some friends who gave me some answers I didn't really want to think about. So one friend said, the worst place to take your mom is Hooters. the
Yeah, you know what? I have to agree.
the restaurant Hooters, and I was like, I wouldn't want to go there either. One of my friends tried to roast me with that. I was like, yeah, Hooters is the worst. And he goes, huh, funny. I saw your mom there just last week. And I was like, she's a good Christian lady. She was telling the working girls there about Jesus, you jerk. And he was like, man, you
Mm,
got me. Um, but there are two answers that I think are at the top of the worst list. Uh,
mm.
I'll start with my friend Xander's answer first. He said uh, a lingerie store like Victoria's Secret.
You know, I have to agree. That would be a bad place to go
It
with
would
your
be the
mother.
worst. It would be the
Yep.
worst. But then my little brother, he said something. He just said something that, like, it's so true. And I was like, why did you think this? And, like, just logistically, it doesn't really work for that day. But taking your mom to your physical for Mother's Day.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that was my reaction.
I
Like, the doctor's office isn't even open on Sundays usually. So it's like you've
oh
got an
my
illegal doctor willing to see you on Mother's Day, and you're going to take your mom to the illegal doctor for your physical? I just,
Here's the real question. What is your brother getting a physical for?
I don't know. Maybe it's just his yearly physical. And he's like, Mom, it's got to be on Mother's
Wait, do
Day.
people actually go to the doctor once a year?
Some people,
Oh,
not
I guess.
probably not my brother. I don't know. I, I
Wow.
don't know what possessed
Wow.
him. I'm just, I'm just really at a loss, and I don't understand it.
Man, you have been scarred in multiple ways for this one episode about your loving mother.
I no, I don't want to go to the physical with my mom. Please, no.
Well, after you finish, you can go say, "Hey, let's go to the local soda shop and get an RC cola."
Right. And then my mom's head would turn into a RC Cola bottle,
Yep.
and she
Yep.
fills up the glasses that emerge from my back.
I mean, that is motherhood, though. She fills up what you are lacking.
Yeah. Very true. And I'm lacking in RC Cola.
Yes,
um.
yes.
So, but Matthew, what about for you? What's the worst place to take your mom for Mother's Day?
Honestly, I already gave the two things I saw, but yeah,
Okay,
it
that's
would have
fine.
you would have to be KFC. Please don't take your mom to KFC on Mother's Day unless they bring back the bouquet.
I mean, of course. I'm only
Hmm.
going to KFC if there's a buffet there,
True.
and I'll buy it for
True.
me.
Mm.
All right. Well,
As you walk up, y'all take one bouquet is like, oh, for your mom? Yeah, totally. For my mom.
it's like that stupid trend going around on social media where they're like, the first flowers a man receives are at his funeral, And it's like, I don't know. I'm the first flowers I receive are the KFC bouquet.
The first person to ever give me flowers was the cashier at KFC when I ordered a bouquet.
Good old
We
Brinlin.
had a
Brinley handed me the bouquet.
yeah. Here you go, your one bouquet. Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Thanks,
Uh,
Cletus. The first person to give me flowers
thanks.
and bucket of chicken. Oh gosh, well,
Thank you, capitalist America, for giving us that cursed, horrible combination. What
curse.
would we do without capitalist America, Nathan?
Um, honestly, I don't know.
I don't either. I don't either.
According to my communist viewpoint, my socialist ideals, it would be a utopia.
Mm, mm,
Now, we've talked about where to go, okay?
yes, yes.
But we got to think about gifts, you know.
Mm,
So I asked my friends and family for like ideas for good gifts and ideas for bad gifts, and so I'll start with the good gifts first, and then you share yours, and we'll go from there. Um,
thank you.
but most of my friends are uncreative, and they said like something you know your mom would like. It's
Ooh.
like this isn't helpful, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Um, or like get thoughtful cards, a a potted plant, like a gift card to Starbucks, you know,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
or just being there. But my little sister, she said, you should get your mom like photo frames with like her and her kids, something
Or
kind of
that selfie
cheesy.
that you took at the botanical garden.
Of course, it's like you go, here's this selfie of us at the botanical gardens framed in this giant frame to hang on the wall, and she goes, we we just took that an hour ago. How did you get it framed and printed out already? And you have to be like, I'm a time traveler, mom.
Mm,
But my friend, you know, my one friend had an interesting answer. He said a grandchild would be the best gift for your mom on Mother's
interesting.
Day. Yeah.
Interesting.
Now, to be honest, I don't think he factored in what if I was single, and there wasn't anybody in my life.
Man, if Ridley can adopt someone, so
Yeah.
can you.
And I was thinking, like, what if I just like kidnap a child whose parents don't love them?
Well, that's still considered a felony.
Yeah, but what if the parents are like, "Nah, it's cool, you can keep them."
That's different. Then you have their consent. But you can't just grab the child and run. It's like, you don't love them, so I will.
Yeah, well, I kind of want to do that. Make it a little melodramatic. Like, okay, it's like you're mistreating your child. You don't deserve to have them. They're mine now.
Dang.
You know,
It's still a felony.
kind of like how you would do it with like a puppy or something. Like,
No,
uh,
you can't. You
you've
still
been
shouldn't do that either.
you've been neglecting your dog, so now it's my dog.
That's
Same with
still
kids,
theft of property and a
dude.
felony.
And the thing is, like, depending on where you live, like, you could get so many kidnapped kids as well, and you
What
could
do
have
you
so
mean
many
by that?
grandkids. You could have so many grandkids for your parents and finally make your mom happy.
No, no. What do you mean? What do you mean
Huh?
when you said you can live in an area where there are so many kids? What do you mean by that?
What? Like, if you have a ranch? Oh, dude, and if you kidnap them, you could have them work the ranch.
Or what you could do is you could put an amusement park in your ranch.
Like a Neverland. Wait a second. Now we're going into territory I don't like, Matthew.
Oh, now
All I
you
was
don't like
talking
that
about,
territory.
all
Now you don't
I was
like
talking
it.
about, look, all I was talking about was good natured. Hey, I'm taking your kids
Were you
so
about
I
to say a
can.
good-natured kidnapping?
I was. But now that you said it, people can take you out of context and not me.
Gosh. I'd say that's a pretty bad gift. That would be a bad gift.
Dude, and think about it. Like, let's say the mom of the kid doesn't like their kid and it's Mother's Day. That could be a great gift for her. It's like, oh, finally, you took my kid off my hands.
You know, there's a there's a show about that. Um, there's
Young Sheldon.
there's a show that's called Welcome to Demon School, Irma, and the premise of the show is that this kid named Irma, I don't know, Japanese is weird.
Right.
He gets sold to the underworld to a greater demon because his parents didn't want to take care of him anymore.
Oh, I would have kidnapped. I mean, I would have taken care of him.
I would have had him sold to me.
But anyway, Matthew, if you think your ideas of a gift are so much better, you know, you haven't heard my worst
Oh,
ones yet. But uh, why don't you share the gifts that you would give?
of course. So, again, when I was looking through Google in the image tab for Mother's Day advertisements, I came across one that might be the most controversial advertisement I have ever seen. This is an ad for a particular company, and this company is associated with a motherly task. Are you following?
Childbirth,
Not quite.
breastfeeding.
So the ad is a picture of a mother and a daughter
Uh-huh.
um, doing an activity together, and there's text on the picture, and it says, "This Mother's Day, get back to the job that really matters."
Cooking in the kitchen.
It is an ad for Mr. Clean Magic Eraser,
Yay!
and the mother and the daughter are cleaning something with a Mr. Clean Magic Eraser, and I just want to point out the text says, "This Mother's Day, get back to the job that really matters."
Get back to cleaning the grout on the bathroom floor.
I can't believe you think you would take a day off? Nonsense. Get back to work.
Look, and after you finish this, cook us a nice meal for your Mother's Day so you can be happy.
Gosh. So this
Oh,
it's funny
jeez.
though. Um you you joke at this, but uh my mom is considered to be one of the best cake cutters in our family.
Oh, yeah.
And so every birthday, she is always going to cut the cake, and she does, I don't know how she does it, but she like cuts almost identical pieces throughout the cake. Like
Oh,
there is no piece that's larger or smaller, seemingly. It is she's so good at it. The unfortunate thing is she will cut her own birthday cake because no one else will.
what?
She just it, every single cake she cuts because she does such a good job at.
Dude.
So even on her own birthday, we all stop singing happy birthday, and then we stand around and wait for
Oh,
her to cut
gosh.
her own cake.
Bro, I'm telling you, if you are strapped for cash one year, you've got to take advantage and be like, Mom, your birthday present this year is I'll cut your cake for you. And then just do an atrocious job.
Oh my
Like the
gosh.
like the awful son you'd be. Gosh.
So yeah, so this Mother's Day, make sure you get your mother cleaning supplies because that'll make her go, ah, you are the best child I have. That you've reminded me I hate you.
Well, let's be real. I do prefer that I mean, yes, it's kind of sexist, but can we all agree that that commercial is a little better than the ones where Mr. Clean is like flirting with my mom the whole time?
Also true.
You know, those commercials are creepy.
He's got that pool boy vibe.
Ah, he's so bald and he has that earring. And he's
Ugh.
so clean. Ugh.
And he's got those white eyebrows
And those rippling muscles.
and that tight t-shirt.
Stop! Matthew! What is this episode becoming?
I mean, it's for the mothers. We gotta, you know,
We're
you
painting a
know.
word picture.
Yes. Yeah. So that's the first one, and then the second one is another video for
Yeah.
another company that I will
Okay.
now explain what happens.
Okay. Thank
So
you.
as it begins, and this mother is leaning over to her son, and she goes, "Hey, bud, what happened?" And it's the executive director of this company. Um, and it goes to another picture, another part where there's a mother who is picking up a backpack and putting it into the car, and she is the senior vice president of this company. And then we get to the CEO. She's wrapping up her daughter's ballet shoes, and then we get to the senior vice president of product development for this company, and she's
Okay.
helping her daughter, lifting her up. And then we go to a pool where we have the vice president of marketing who's teaching her little boy how to swim. And then we get to the part where it says Happy Mother's Day from the moms of Dick's Sporting Goods.
You know, I don't know how well Dick's Sporting Goods is doing, but it makes you wonder if they're not doing so hot because all their moms presidents are doing is like spending time with their kids. You know?
I mean, that's a good thing, but at the same time,
No. If you're supposed to be a CEO, you have to neglect your children. It's the law.
mm, yes,
It's just the way life goes.
children are dead weight if they're not helping me advance my career.
Exactly. Now you get it.
Yes.
Look, what they need to do, if they're wealthy like that and they want to be successful, they should have somebody, not saying me, but somebody just kidnap their kids for them, and take care of them. And give their moms a grandchild for Mother's Day.
That's unfortunate.
Mom, good news. I have a child now because the CEO of Dick's Sporting Goods is too busy with her job. And so this is my kid now.
I want to point out the fact that Dick's Sporting Goods is number one, a funny name to say, but also number two, it has a lot of like athletic wear.
Uh huh.
And so it would be the equivalent of giving your mom, if she's not an active person, a scale.
Dude, you could buy your mom a gun there. I'd love having a Dick's gun.
Just never mind. This is family friendly, family friendly, family friendly.
I've been trying to not go the direction you want me to go. I refuse. Dick's Sporting Goods sounds like a normal store to me, Matthew. Just a
It's a
normal
sporting goods
store.
store. You
Exactly.
the thing is, if you buy your mom active sportswear and give that to her for Mother's Day when she's not the most active person, what kind of message does that send?
It's like, Mom, it's time to learn how to canoe.
Mom, you need to start hiking these trails so you can go see beautiful wildflowers.
Except the bouquet.
Mm.
Oh,
Mom, I got
gosh.
this cool thing at Dick's Sporting Goods. It's called a treadmill.
Mom, I got you a rock climbing wall.
Mom, I got you
Uh,
some dumbbells to remind me of to remind you how stupid I am when
hey,
you
Mom.
work out because woof.
Hey, Mom, I got you a basketball. Let's go hooping later.
Yeah. I got you this awesome golf set which you'll never use. So I bought it for me. Give me that back.
Hey, Mom, I got you this hacky sack set. Oh no, is that the name of the game?
What do you mean? You
With
kick
the
the
two
beanbag
ramps?
around in the air?
Yeah. No, with the
No,
beanbags, you
that's
throw them underneath.
cornhole.
Cornhole. Okay. Okay, we're starting over. All right. Hey, Mom, I bought you this cornhole set. Do you mind if I borrow it later and take it to the tailgate with my boys?
All right, dude, no lie. No lie.
Hmm.
I did buy my stepdad a custom cornhole set from a friend who her mom like makes custom cornhole sets out of like quality wood, and
Right.
I made it She designed it after the Dallas Cowboys logo.
Yeah.
Let's just say there have been many times where I have gone to visit my parents and we have played on the cornhole set because it is really good.
Well, that's okay for your dad, right? I wouldn't buy it for my mom.
Yeah, well, exactly.
She's not a cornhole champion.
But what if she... Oh, no. Well, Mom, I'm sorry. You're eventually going to listen to this. It is quite known in my family that my mother is not a cornhole champion.
Why would you out your mom like that on our podcast?
Because it is some of the funniest things.
Hey, Matthew's mom, I hope you have better qualities than cornhole.
She has much better qualities in cornhole, like cutting cake.
I was about to say, you'll start roasting her. You'll start roasting her, and she's like, okay, you can cut the next birthday cake. You're like, no,
I'm
Mom,
just excited
please.
to go at the end of July when it is my birthday. I'm excited to go home and cut my own birthday cake.
Matthew, if you do not take a picture of this perfectly cut cake so that I can see it for my own eyeballs, I'm going to be very disappointed.
I will. I will. I will
I
do
wanna
my
see-
best to remember.
Please do. Well, I have some ideas for the worst gift that you could give your mom.
I doubt you could do anything worse than what I've already said, but go right ahead.
I mean, on the same lines, a lot of people said vacuum cleaners,
Mm,
cleaning supplies,
mm-hmm.
that's
Yep.
basic cooking supplies. One sister, she said, now at first I didn't know where she was going with this, but she said the
Mm-hmm.
worst gift would be a handmade gift card that just says something like free hugs. She said that's awful.
I might have done that before when I was a kid.
But there were 3 unique answers. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Well, maybe 4. One was anything that says the word moist.
Ugh.
Apparently, ladies hate that word.
Understandably.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty awful.
I'm gonna have to bleep that word.
No, I mean, isn't a swear, Matthew.
Ugh. But it is
People
gross.
can say the word as much as they'd like.
Oh, gross.
Towelettes are a thing. They're totally fine. I'm trying to see how many times I could say this without, you getting
Gosh,
mad.
we're not going to have another epic situation.
All right. One friend said he's a good Christian boy. He said the worst gift would be a copy of the old King James Bible with a misprint that said, "Thou shalt murder."
Yes. I know that. I know about that Bible.
Yeah, the classic sinner's Bible,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
because then she'd kill you for not getting her flowers or a bouquet.
Ugh.
Let's see. And then one of my friends said the worst would be drugs. You shouldn't get
Agreed.
your mom drugs for Mother's Day.
Agreed.
But then the one friend of mine who's a mom, she gave 2 answers, and they're just on different ends of the spectrum.
Okay.
One of these would have set you more than the other, I think. She said the worst gift would be if I woke up and everyone was dead.
Oh, I mean, yeah, that wouldn't be fun. That would be fun.
So that's one option, and then what would the equivalent of that? A DVD box set of some anime.
Atrocious. Who would ever talk about anime or even watch it? Ugh,
I know.
disgusting.
Yeah, that's the word. Just the equivalency
I would
there.
rather my entire family be killed in front of my eyes.
The emotional reaction to my whole family is dead on Mother's Day is the same as my son just bought me a DVD box set of Dragon Ball Z.
Her husband, on the other hand, would be thrilled.
With what? With which one? worse, Matthew. He's not a psychopath.
That is true. He is a stand-up gentleman.
That is true.
So obviously it wouldn't be the box of anime.
Gosh.
Well, if we stay around here any longer, this is going to be bad.
Absolutely. We could talk about the worst things to get your mom for Mother's Day all day long.
And it could only get worse from here.
All we can hope for is that something we said today has helped our listeners realize they need to go back to Walmart and pick something else out.
Either that, or we have just qualified their gift as just far superior to anything we'd give our own mothers.
Yeah, or we just shamed like thousands of people. Nah, that's hopeful thinking. We shamed tens of people as they realize, oh man, I gave that to my mom. Ugh.
I know there's only one person that I would have shamed, and it is my own mother.
Aww. Hey, disclaimer, any views that Matthew and I have shared today are held by my awful friends. No, they're not awful. They're great. My friends and the weird commercials in the Philippines that Matthew watched.
Indeed. And Mr. Clean.
These views are not our own. Except Mr. Clean, he's so cool. Like,
you know what, Nathan? You know what else is cool?
Huh?
Our outro music.
Yeah.
So in order to just relish in the coolness, let's go ahead and cue that music. Well, folks, thank you for listening to this episode. Thank you for letting us bless your ears with our wonderful gift ideas. I hope that you will take them into consideration. Maybe go enjoy a nice ice cold glass of RC Cola with your mom while you tour the botanical garden.
Yeah. I think out of all of our suggestions, the KFC bouquet and the botanical gardens are your best bet for this Mother's Day.
Even though one of those things is no longer in existence.
Matthew, I just thought of a cool life hack. You could buy your own KFC bucket of chicken, buy some flowers, eat some of the chicken, and just stick the flowers in the bucket. Make your own bouquet at home.
It is true. Now that you mention that, we have some social media, and I just want to say, if you happen to make your own DIY bouquet, I would absolutely love to see that. And you can send it to us through our social media of Facebook and Instagram. If you search Absurd Arguments or click the links in the description, you can find those pages and you can send those absolutely beautiful pictures to us.
Right. Absolutely. You can email us, like if you just are having a rough time and just need some advice and stuff, we can help you with that. Or if you just want to talk to us about something else, that's cool too. But our email is absurdargumentsforyou@gmail.com. That's the number 4, the number u @gmail.com.
Yes, the number 4 and the number u.
Mm-hmm.
Very important you do that. But
of course.
It takes us to the end of our time together. Nathan, do you have any parting thoughts?
I just have one word I want to share with everybody. Before we leave. I hope all of you have a day.
Goodbye, everybody.